What's going on, yeah? So we back. Today has been a very, very hectic day. So much so I am literally just sitting down. I did not get a chance to get anything together for this live stream, but my goal is to do a live stream every night for an hour, no matter what. I'm going to keep pushing through that no matter what. So that's what we're doing, and I'm here for that. So today, I'm just going to be talking about some of the things that have happened today, but it's crazy because my notes are today on my iPad because I was only able to take them on my phone. And right now I'm looking at my phone. Let's actually just go through on my phone because we can. I'm trying to pull in a photo because I thought this was pretty cool. Let me see if I can pull this background in first or something. Can I do that? Add a background or an overlay. Let's do a overlay. Let's do an overlay. Add an overlay. And here we go right here. Let's use this. Oh, it won't let me use it as an overlay. All right, so let's cancel this out. And let's see if I can add it as a background. Add a background. Add a file. It still won't let me use it. Wonder why it won't. Huh. All right, so can I go to photos? All right, so we here in photos. Why can't this show up in my photos? Aha! Hey, welcome, welcome. I'm glad you finally saw it. That's dope. All right, so for some reason, I can't pull in a photo that I just wanted to share, and it won't tell me why I can't. This is exactly why I'm on here, because I'm trying to figure out the best way to use this app that I'm on. I have a photo that I wanted to share, but it won't let me pull it in for some reason. And I'm not sure why it will not. That's why, because of the name of it, it needs to be like an MP4 or something like that. I'm not sure. This really let me see if I can share it one more time. And if I can't, I guess what I could do is just show it. So let me go through my notes right quick and see what I got on here. I can't even find my notes now. Here we go. All right, save. All right, so I had some things that I wanted to talk about, but this is what happens. Things don't go the way that you want them to, and then what? So today was a hectic day. Got up pretty much on time today, had some errands that I had to run, and I've been on the run since now. I got home from work about an hour ago, and as soon as I got home, my son, he was ready to carve some pumpkins that I bought while I was out today. And so me and him just sat here for the last hour and we carved pumpkins. And I've been trying to show this photo, but I can't show it. So let's see if we can show it like this. It isn't so great, but there it is. There's his pumpkin that he carved in front of the house. And I'm proud of the young man because he did a great job carving that pumpkin. I wanted to share the photo, but maybe it's for the best that I don't share it. But he did great. He made me happy. We sat. I feel like there's not much more time that I'm going to have little ones to carve pumpkins with. My oldest son, I bought him a pumpkin today too, but he was not interested in carving a pumpkin. And I understand now this microphone is not good for pumpkins. So let's see what my notes are talking about. I was going to say, I told my son while we were carving pumpkins, I haven't even written down my notes today of what I'm going to talk about. And he said, talk about scary movies. And he asked me, he said, Dad, do you think that The Nightmare Before Christmas, is that a Christmas movie or a Halloween movie? I said, since it's scary, I think it's a Christmas movie. He said he thinks so too, but everyone else seems to think that it's a Christmas movie. And we both know that's not true. So what all happened today? I went and got some new license plates today from my vehicle. And the sad thing is, I can't get my old license plates off. So I basically have a temporary tag just taped to the back of my window. And then I still have my permanent tag on the back of my car. So I got to figure out how I'm going to get that license plate off. I haven't had time to do so, but I probably will go out and do it after this live is over. It feels like being a dad, your job is never done. So I got a lot of stuff still to do. But today I went and got new license plates. I got my flu shot, which I've been getting a flu shot regularly for about maybe 20, 25 years now. And when I was there at Walgreens, which that's not where I went and got my flu shot, but while I was there, the gentleman that was there was like, yeah, I got my flu shot, but I couldn't get my COVID shot because he got COVID less than a few weeks ago. And he was an older gentleman. And I've only gotten one COVID shot. I have not had COVID, and I'm praying that I continue to not get it. But I've been fortunate, blessed. I consider myself blessed to not have had to get a COVID shot other than the one that I got initially, which I felt like, because the way that they were making a huge deal out of it and almost like you weren't going to be able to do things if you didn't get your COVID shot, I went ahead and got one, and it didn't make me feel all that great. But obviously, like I said, I just got a flu shot today, and it's the same way. Normally you feel flu-like symptoms shortly thereafter. So I did get my flu shot today. And for anybody who is thinking about getting one, I'm saying this is the time to do it. So I went swimming today as well. And I'm back on my Monday, Wednesday, Friday kick. This is my second day since my recovery, and I am back at it. It feels like full blast. I had a great time doing it today. I said that I bought both my boys a pumpkin while I was at getting my flu shot today. I was just waiting. I went to Myers to get my flu shot. And this is something that is a big deal to me. So I have a service dog. And today, for some reason, my service dog, hey, how you doing today? Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. What we're talking about tonight is the fact that I've had a busy day and no time to prep for tonight, but I'm still going to stay true to my goal of producing 1 hour. So I have my little bit of notes that I've been able to do, and I literally just wrote these notes down while I was carving pumpkins with my youngest son. I'm just getting home. As soon as I walked in the door, at 9 o'clock. And I knew I had to be on here by 10, but my son was like, Dad, I'm ready to start carving pumpkins now. And I'm like, well, here we go. Because I mean, you got to get them carved between today and tomorrow, obviously. And we didn't get them in time. So I picked up a couple pumpkins while I was out today. They had a busy day, but he waited until I got home for him to want to carve pumpkins. And I'm happy he did, because I get a joy out of spending time with my kids. Hey, if you want to, that would be great. I don't have anything that I want to talk about, but if you want to come in, you're more than welcome to. If you want to, I'll send you a link. Let me see how I do that. This is exactly what I need. So that's great. Let's do and you don't have to turn on your camera. We can do I don't know. You want to do an interview? You want to talk about what you do? You can introduce yourself. Let me get a link for you. Here it is. Invite. All right, give me 1 second. You'll be my first guest on a live stream live. And that is great. I don't have any like set agenda on what I am doing. I am literally trying to figure out how to use this app. And I am also, all right, so where did that just go? Just now. So that's this one. All right, hold 1 second. Let me see how I get to that link. Yeah, that'd be, oh, wait, what just happened? That's the wrong link. There we go. Let me get the link and I will send it to you, and we can do my first collaboration on a live stream. That would be great. Like I said, since I have no agenda when I come on here other than making it for a full hour, I did have some talking points, but they're not well thought out. They were just going to run me through an hour. So Where did I just put that just now? Did I save it? I did. Collaborations. Where are my collaborations? Right there. Let's copy link. There's Indeed. There it is right there. Matter of fact, while I was on my way to the gym today, I saw a post of yours come up today. I did not have a chance to read it, but I did get to. So I am just now sending you a link. Boom. You should have it now. Hit the join button and I will put you in I guess it's the waiting area. And thank you, because you might have just saved my live stream. I'll have somebody to talk to and we can go through some questions. And we can talk about whatever you like to. It doesn't matter to me. Let me get back to my notes now. All right. So in my notes, what I was talking about, and we'll be waiting on my guest to come in. First guest ever. But that'll get me ready because I'll be wait. All right. So what I was talking about, my service dog really acted up a little bit. She didn't act up. She just wasn't on her best behavior. Now, I will say she has been down for 2 weeks with me. She has not left the house when I was not leaving the house. But today, for some reason, while I had a bunch of errands to move through, she was just acting a little out of character. And so I had to move without her for the rest of the day. I ended up leaving her at home the second half of my day. And I'm still not decided if I'm going to be taking her with me to the train tomorrow, but that's not a big deal. Now, let me know if you didn't get that. Hey, how you doing? Thank you for joining in as well. So today, while I was at the gym, I heard two young men talking, and I just chimed in. All right, here we go. Let's add you to stage. All right, how you doing today?
Hey, what's going on? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. You want to introduce yourself? More than welcome.
Hello, everyone. I am none other than Rain and Woman, as you see on my display name, and I am a content creator that on here on YouTube that do content as a hobby. Um, Periodically, more like a lounge type thing sometimes, and do some messages. But right now, I'm just what you would call a support content creator because I'm here to support another content creator that I
Appreciate it.
like. That is Shaw. So, and this is just something that I think that we should do from time to time, be willing to help and support someone else on their journey to success.
I agree and appreciate it. So, from my perspective, how this is all come about was since I've been going live and before you have been attending and also helping me because a lot of the stuff that I didn't know, like how to do picture, well, what is it called?
Share screen.
Yeah, share screen. I did not know how to do that, nor did I know what it was. So I went over and viewed some of her content and solved it on her live stream because she also used StreamYard. Do you still use StreamYard now?
I do not use StreamYard now. It didn't make any sense for me to continue to pay for it once they were changing things because I don't do content on a regular basis. So I let it go.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. If it wasn't for your content, when I watched your content and saw how you were going through tabs and different things and actually making a move, I was like, I can't figure that out. I had been pre-recording videos and then pulling them in because I could not figure out how to do it. And then when you walked me through how to set that up, that's what made it possible for me to start doing that. And now I'm just continuing on it. So, what would you like to talk about as a topic for today? Maybe we can freestyle off of it because I really didn't have much planned.
Hey, let's do it. Let's just call it a freestyle night with Shaw.
That
A
sounds great.
freestyle night, yeah, a freestyle night with Rain with Sean featuring Rain and Woman.
All right. So I got a couple questions then, because today while I was at the gym, I heard two young men talking, and one of them said, there has never been a time like this. And this was kind of crazy to me a little bit that he said this, but he said it makes no sense that a person who, he said, he's making $150,000 a year and he's living from paycheck to paycheck. Do you have any ideas on, because to me that's a high number, and if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I'm thinking you're just living outside your means. What is your perspective on that?
Well, whew, without knowing him personally, I would just have to say that he's no different from the average American in this society right now, and who typically already lives outside their means because of heavy consumerism. But we are
Facts.
conditioned to be heavy consumers so that we could continue to work and work harder and never really be satisfied because it's always something new that has been marketed to us as something that we either need or programmed into us into thinking we should have it because it's the latest trend or it's what's happening. So we think even that it's our idea to go out and get this thing, this item, whether it's clothing, whether it's a car, whether it's a house, whether it's a purse, a wallet, a belt, whatever. We feel like it's our idea only because we've had it come across our news feed or our television screen or the radio commercial, airwaves consistently, repetitiously to get into our subconscious mind to where we accept this as our norm. Our norm now is to chase and follow the trends and not be trendsetters. And even if you're going to be a trendsetter, to go even extreme and charge up costs to be a trendsetter rather than being using your current resources
That's
and being
facts.
frugal and being a
I agree.
trendsetter.
I agree. And that's kind of like this whole setup that I'm working with right now. When I first decided I was going to go start doing this live, I was trying to find out what all I would need. I was trying to
Mhm.
do research, and everybody on YouTube always tells you you need X, Y, and Z. And when you go look at the things that they're recommending, it's like, who makes money like this that they can just go out and spend this kind of money
Mhm.
setting up to start? Like, not saying that we're already making an income off of these things, and it's like invest before you even see a return. And a lot of people, I feel like they make the initial investment and then they decide they don't even want to have anything to do with it, and then you're stuck with it.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I believe that it almost seems like a keeping up with the Joneses
Yeah,
has
absolutely it
has
is.
become the norm.
It not only has that become the norm, but keeping up with the Joneses as individuals rather than a family or a
That's
community.
facts. Yep. That's a big one right there, in my opinion, is uh I think the biggest difference between now and probably when I was growing up is a community. A community
Mhm. Mhm.
raised the kids. I will say this: I had a mother that I was raised with, and then I had a mother across the street, and I had
Mhm.
several mothers down the street. I
Mhm.
probably ate more dinners at my mother across the street's house than I ate at my real mother's house growing up. And that's because it was a support system of multiple people. And today, everybody is me, me, me,
Mhm.
me, me.
Mhm.
They want to do everything by themselves. And I believe that's one thing that has driven up the cost of society. Everybody is trying to do everything by themselves.
Mhm.
And it it makes it harder.
Absolutely makes it harder. And it makes it harder intentionally, systematically.
Well, I would agree. But
It
I,
wasn't
I
a
think
happenstance thing.
I think that the fact that people don't want to cooperate with each other, it,
Hmm
it, it is that programming, or is that just
It's,
what people prefer?
It's preferred through programming.
So you think that we've been programmed to not want to work together?
Absolutely.
Well, I would agree because I'm gonna say even since COVID, if you go out anywhere, it's hard to find people anywhere. I work in a mall 2 days out the week, and the mall is always completely dead. Like there's never anybody walking in there. It- Online shopping, everybody's working from home nowadays.
Mhm.
You don't have to see people anymore. You
Mhm.
can do it like this, I guess, is what most people prefer. Do you What do you think are some things that can be done in today's society to, let's not talk about it like on a massive scale because it's hard to get a lot of people to change, but what are some things you think that people can do as individuals, hopefully working together, and improve the situation to make life not so hard on themselves?
Honestly, to do things like what you and I are doing right now, it
Networking,
may seem, yeah,
communicating.
networking and communicating without any hidden agendas.
Agreed. Yep.
This may seem very small to have me come up and join you on your panel in your dialogue while you didn't really have a topic to freestyle and just to be supportive, right?
Yep.
It may seem small. However, it's not small at all
I
because
agree.
it communicates so much. It communicates openness, it communicates willingness, right? It communicates support. None of these things can be taken lightly, right? You're up here giving your time to the people that you want to give, not just for yourself, but for them as well. Yes, you have a goal, right? But in
I
your
do.
goal, you're intended to make an impact, even with you obtaining and reaching a goal,
That's
right?
facts. Yep.
Now, that doesn't have anything at all to do with me. However, I understand your goal. You have shared your goal and your objective with me personally, and you shared a lot of it with your audience, right?
Yep.
So it takes time for me to get up here and to share this moment with you and to participate. But we
I
can't
agree.
take anyone's time lightly, right?
Right.
No. Time is a valuable asset.
It's the
You
most
can't,
valuable.
it's the most valuable asset.
Yep.
Time and energy. Those are resources that once you
You can't get
expel
back.
them, you cannot get them back.
That's facts.
So we can't take giving our time or receiving time from someone lightly. And
Agreed.
it's taking those small things where you put value on just those things alone, that way you continue to value people and you just start with these water drops. Before the other day, before we got on, before we shared a stream where
Yep.
I could help you navigate through StreamYard, right? You
Yep.
didn't know me from any other subscriber. You didn't know me from Adam or Eve,
That's
right?
facts. Yep.
But look at what we have accomplished because you were willing to continue to engage me in your chat. The one time I showed up, like, hey, oh, he's live, like, hey. And you were like,
I
I'm
think that
just
was
trying
like
to
my
figure
first
this
live
out.
stream.
Exactly. And you're
Yep. I
like,
think that
I'm
was like,
trying to figure out my stream right. And I'm like, hey, but I'm here to support.
yep. And you helped out greatly. And that's what I'm saying. To me, that is exactly what I feel like is needed. And I think a lot of people. So one thing that I am trying to, I just got done talking to one of my clients about this. My last client of the day, he also has a YouTube channel. I try to encourage all my clients to get on YouTube, but he has a YouTube channel, and I try and tell people getting started is the hardest thing to do. But once you get
Mhm.
started, it things eventually start to feel natural over time, and you don't feel so much pressure. The hardest thing for me every day is trying to figure out what I'm going to talk about. But I have already decided I'm going to be here whether I have something to talk about or not. and it
Mm-hmm.
seems like things always just fall into place, and that's what I'm learning, and I'm trying to encourage others to do the same thing. And that's why I am happy that what I'm saying is, when you showed up on that first it was, I think it was my first live stream, and I'm sitting here like, I don't know what I'm doing, but I was just trying to figure it out. And that's one thing, like being vulnerable in front of people is
Yes.
a hard thing, but I don't mind for people to see me. I don't consider it failing. I
Mm-hmm.
consider it trying and learning lessons. So
Absolutely.
I don't I don't have a problem with that, and I think that that is a great thing. And I am very happy that you came on tonight, because this has made it even easier. Even though, like I said, I tried to write down some notes while my son was carving a pumpkin, but this this is my first live, almost, I don't want to call it an interview, because this is more like a dialogue, I would say, than an interview. But uh, I am very appreciative of this. Uh, I would say I feel like, let me settle in. I feel like networking, working together, I think that that is the biggest thing that is missing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'll just say it like this. I feel like people who come to the United States that are not from here, not born here, they come and they be understanding something that I think a lot of people who are born here don't understand or don't think about. They will come and they will work in community. When I
Mm-hmm.
go down the street and I see a like an Indian restaurant, they have nothing but packed parking lots. And it
Mm-hmm.
always be people from where they're from who are coming in to support them. When
Mm-hmm.
you see uh, people come and they're just getting started, they will live 10 families to one house.
Mm-hmm.
But if
Mm-hmm.
you're an American, you want one house to yourself, and it's got to be 5,000 square feet by yourself.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's like we have a selfish mentality where
Very
other people,
selfish.
and that selfishness is what holds us down.
Oh, it's killing us,
Oh, it
especially
is.
melanated Americans. It's killing us.
I agree.
Listen, I am a single woman, and I live in my house is just over 2,200 livable square feet, right?
That's big.
Oh, it's big, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Every room has tremendous amount of space. I cannot tell you how many times I've even offered to open my home up to people to help them better their situation,
That's right.
right? And at the same time, it would be of some help to me as well.
Exactly.
And, you know,
People don't want to support.
don't want to do it. They'd rather, this whole competition thing is like, what are we competing for?
That's right.
Do you see
And,
what's
and
happening? And I'm single with no children. I'm not just single. I'm single with no children. I'm talking about I've even offered to open up my home to people that have children that need space.
yep.
But
And see,
because it's
people don't want
not
to do
their
it.
own, but they don't want to do it
Yep.
because it's not their own. But it's like, why? Even,
Well,
and even
I, I,
single people, I don't even
I,
think there should
go
be
ahead.
a lot of single people living the way that I'm living. Quite honestly, like
Yeah.
the Golden Girls was onto
Yep.
something.
Yep.
But here's
Yes,
the
they were.
thing, we should do it because you want to do it and because it's better, not because you have to do it.
That's right.
We live in a
That's right.
society and an age where people literally wait until they need
Yep.
someone before they will really share dwelling space and
That's
resources
facts.
with someone. Let's see. I think you are. Where I'm in Texas. Where are you again?
Ohio.
Okay, so you're in Ohio. I remember you saying. So you're in Ohio, and I'm in Texas.
Hmm.
Just the way that you and I have come together as content creators on YouTube. Do you know what would be possible if we were in the same
State.
state,
Yep. I
the
do. I
same
do.
city?
I do. I
You
a
have
hundred
a
percent do.
you have a whole family, right?
Yep.
But guess what your family and I could put together if we were within a shorter mileage span of each other.
Believe me, that's how I think. I kid you not. I I am not one who needs much space. Not me
Mhm.
personally.
Mhm.
I feel like basically that's my thought process. That's just how I think. Even with my barbershop, it's hard to find people who want to, because the same thing you just said, people want to have their own. And
Mhm.
so one of the young ladies that work in my barbershop, she just moved out so she could have her own. A lot of people look at it like, I want to be in charge. And so they don't want to be in a space where they can't be in control of things. Uh, I had I've always, I ain't gonna say always. Yeah, when I was living in Florida, I had a house in Florida and I was single. I rented out the guest bedroom,
Mhm.
and that worked out great. It helped me get to my goals faster. I think people miss out on that point.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter how much money you make if you're making all the wrong decisions with that money.
That's right.
And the same way with space, it don't matter how much space you have if you're making all the wrong decisions with that space. I agree with you though. I think that more people need to work together because they want to and not because, like you said, they have to. And a lot of people, I was just talking about this today, a lot of people don't make life decisions or life changes until the pressure is put on them to have to make a change.
Mhm.
If more people were proactive instead of reactive, I think life would be a whole lot better.
Mhm.
That's a
Mhm.
good point. Working
Yeah.
together.
Working together.
Yep.
And if we can't work together, you can't live together. If you can't live together, you can't work together. They have to be cohesive, right? But a
Yep.
lot of that too is being willing to compromise.
Yep.
Everybody wants to be a leader. Well, you can all be a leader in your own way, in your, in your own lane. You can be a leader, but you can be leaders should be able to be among other leaders. So
That's
how
facts.
much of a leader are you really
If you can't follow.
if you can't follow and if
Yep.
you can't walk alongside other leaders?
That's right. I agree. I agree. So let me ask you this. Uh how how do you see, well, I guess we just talked about basically almost like roommating with people, but how do you see, do you see that a change like this ever coming in society? Do you feel like the pressure is getting to the point where people are going to start feeling like they have to make those kind of decisions?
They'll be homeless first.
Well, there's a lot of people, it seems like, that are homeless now. I agree
Hmm.
with you on that.
They'll be
That's
homeless.
sad that you say that. I would definitely live uh as a with a roommate before I go homeless.
Okay.
Um I see a lot of people, it seems like a lot of people are resorting to what they call it van life, or living out of their
Mhm.
cars even,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
I get it, but that seems like it would be a stressful and hard life. People don't
Man,
want to take the pressure out of off. Either people don't know better or they just choose not to do better. Which one do you think it is?
both, both,
They don't
because
know better and choose not to do better?
they don't know better and they choose not to do better. Because when you know better, you should do better, right? When you know better. But the reality is sometimes we can know better about different things and we have to mature into doing the better that we know.
That's facts. When you know better, you will do better. Like I believe that when you know better, you will do better, or else it's a form of self-harm.
Mhm.
Like if you
Definitely.
know better and you choose not to do the right thing, you know what's right and you still choose not to do it, then that is like a form of self-harm because you're setting yourself backwards.
Absolutely. But then, too, it goes back to also maturity. You
That's
can
facts.
have the knowledge, You can have the awareness, but lack the maturity to activate what you know. And
I could agree.
so then it also becomes a choice. People choosing not to do. But so we talk about not knowing. Now we would say choosing not to. Also, people, especially in modern society, may be choosing this way, like the van life, solo, and everything, because they don't trust other people to share with, or they've been
Well,
burned.
in my opinion, if you move yourself into van life, which I'm saying, I feel like I could very easily live after some of the deployments I've been in, I could easily live out of a vehicle. But I feel like you put yourself at more risk of less trusting people when you
Mhm.
live that way because uh, you have no set area to be in. You run the risk of running into anybody at any given time. Uh, it's just not, it seems like it's just not much security in it. You could be getting a decent income off of it, but it seems like the people who I've seen that do it, just watching YouTube, I don't know anybody in person who does it. Like they're showering at gyms, they're clearly not eating um stable meals because living out of a vehicle, you're not cooking, so you have to be eating a fast food or something. It seems like your life would even be more expensive with all the additional things that you would have to add to your life, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
you gotta eat somewhere, and fast food is probably gonna be more expensive. You have to shower somewhere. I mean, a gym membership, I guess you can get a gym membership for as low as $10, $15 a month, depending on where you go. I'm not interested in stuff like that, but I'm just saying it seems like you said, people would rather be homeless. And to me, van life is one form of being homeless. The other form of being homeless is being a street walking or street living person. But I see more people turning to that than turning to working in community. And I guess it's called roommating or whatever you want to call it. But uh, it's just crazy because to me, that would fix a lot of the problems. Like I said, immigrants who come to this country, they have no problem with sharing space because they're used to not having a whole lot of space where they come from. And that is what helps them. Like they might live a couple families to one house and they'll be bringing their kids up and making sure they get to go to college. Like
Mhm.
everybody invest in the betterment of the family or the community, because it might be more than one family. I don't know how they live. I'm just saying from what I see, but everybody basically they're for the purpose and the cause of getting ahead or becoming successful. Where some people, like I said, are only out for themselves and what they can come up with, living like the Joneses.
Mhm.
This is what I got. I am not that type of person. Just like we were talking about, I feel like by networking between me and you, this should introduce me to your community, you to my community. This helps both of us grow. No matter how it's done, you get where I'm coming from. It's like
Mhm.
basically you team together, everyone accomplishes more. It's just clearly it's a better way of thinking. You go ahead if you like.
No, I completely agree with what you just said.
Let me see. I was not prepared for this, so I got to come up with some good questions for you. Um, how did you come into this YouTube?
I used to listen to a lot of YouTube, say around from like 2009, more frequently, then 12, bumped it up some more. Um, like just listening to YouTube, right? A
Right. That's all
lot
I
of,
listen to.
yeah, a lot of motivation. I like a lot of Les Browns and Lisa Nichols, Jim Rohns, church sermons, and in 2018, after my mother transitioned,
Sorry to
I
hear that.
thank you. After my mother transitioned and dealing with a series of things, I became more engulfed a little bit in YouTube versus as an outlet for the most part from my other social media because I was gaining a pretty big following on my Facebook page
Uh-huh.
and my Twitter pages, right? and pretty active. And
Are you still active on Twitter
I
and
I
Facebook?
am I'm back
Plug
active.
yourself.
No, no.
You said no?
I said no.
Okay, okay.
um, I'm back active there, but I was my kind that my the activity that I had was really connected. Like even though I had close to 5,000 friends on my Facebook alone, I pretty much could tell you how those Facebook connections came, communicated a lot with those Facebook people. Like very few of them were strangers, mainly because of me being a spoken word and performance artist
Okay.
and my audience also seeing me transform from that into straight business and then merging the two. So because I had and then a lot of people that I've worked with over the years in different career fields and different states, and I never meet a stranger. Very rarely do I meet a
I
stranger.
don't either.
Right, right. So then because I was not just active on social media, but very social. When my mother transitioned, YouTube became a space for me to get to myself and take what I need for myself. And so then I found myself in different spaces, and then I finally started actually commenting. Like, what you gotta do to send? What do you gotta do to comment? Oh, you gotta create a channel of some sort. You don't have to really do content, but you need to create a name and stuff. Okay.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
So after doing that and then finding myself in YouTube, um, I started, yeah, I decided to go ahead and put out some content and did some interviews and I had time, like I shared with you before. I really had time at that time. I had a whole lot more time because
Yep.
I wasn't working at that time and I was doing stuff, but nothing that took up the time that you take when you're working and when you're running a business, like I'm running a
Oh,
business.
yep. I get it.
So that was that. And I initially, I had so many ideas and things that I wanted to do. But then it's like, well, honestly, there's this time and there's this time. And you have to do your priorities. So
Yep.
it's a hobby, it's a pastime
I'm
now.
gonna be honest. For me, YouTube is also a hobby and a pastime. I don't do it for the subscribers. I don't do it for the views. I do it because one, I'm always trying to polish something up, is what it feels like. Uh, I go year by year and I target. One year I need to put out so many videos. One year I need to like this year, my main focus for this year is 100 characters. I'm trying
Mhm.
to utilize 100 characters on every video that I put out when I do the title. I
Mhm.
tried to make it hit exactly 100 characters.
Mhm.
Now I just added this going live every day because I'm just trying to push myself outside of what I'm used to. And even though today I had a very busy day and I have very little to talk about, I still wanted to push myself to be here. Basically, YouTube to me is a way for me to push myself.
Mhm.
Uh,
So it's not a hobby. Let's be. It's not a hobby.
you don't think so?
No, it's not. You're goal oriented with it, and you're
Well,
focused. You have a focus and a purpose for it. So it's
well,
not
well,
really a hobby.
well. The reason why I say that though is because uh, when you, I well, I guess what I'm saying is I think for everything that I do in life, like that's just me. Like I won't do anything that I don't feel like I don't waste much time. So if
Mhm.
something's not a hobby, well, okay. Well, the reason why I feel like no, when I roller skate, I consider roller skating to be a hobby, but I tell you, if you saw me on skates, you wouldn't feel like I was hobbying when I do it. Like
Mhm.
I'm not the person to hang out and talk when I'm roller skating. I'm there to
Mhm.
get my skate on and then I'm gone. And I will do that. Just like I said, the reason why I love YouTube is because every hobby that I have, I can display on YouTube. That's why my channel has no niche to it because the thing that I love is making content. I
Mhm.
love like I want to I'm not going to say I want to be because I don't know where this is going to take me, but I'm here for the ride. Sometimes I feel like I'm going to be a movie producer. Sometimes I feel like uh I don't know. I just enjoy sharing information. I enjoy trying to reach someone. I enjoy
Mhm.
trying to help people.
Mhm.
I just enjoy.
It's
And
just
I
not a
do,
hobby. It's not a
yeah.
hobby.
Well, it feels like it because uh it don't feel like work. It feels like it's well, I will say this. It's not a hobby because I do actually consider it to be a business. It's just not a business that I understand 100% on how to change. Like with my barber business, I understand how I can directly affect my income by doing X, Y, and Z. With YouTube, there is no rhyme or reason for me. Like if I could put the hardest work into a piece of content and it does nothing. And then I can do absolutely nothing and put something out and it does I'm not going to say viral because I don't really feel like anything that I do goes viral, but it makes a difference in the outcome of income, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
I The reason why I view it as a hobby is because I am not willing to do the work for money.
Mhm.
But when it's something like my uh barbershop or this dog training, it's almost like I will do this because I want this to be the outcome. With YouTube, I don't really have an outcome that I want from it. It's almost like I'm saying I'm just along for the ride. And wherever it takes me, only thing I don't want to happen, and this is one thing that I wanted to talk about, was I keep getting daggone copyright strikes off of all these live streams. This is one reason why I really had nothing to talk about today because I didn't want to go looking for anybody else's content because every time I pull it into a live stream, I get a copyright strike. So this was perfect not to have. I know I won't get a copyright strike tonight, but I, I'm serious. For YouTube, I look at YouTube as kind of like a community.
Mhm.
It is somewhere where you can share information. Somewhere, look, we met over YouTube. I'm
Mhm.
saying I try to talk all my clients into getting started. I just feel uh YouTube is a way that you can do what you love, and if you do it well enough, other people might enjoy it as well, and then you can change your outcome. And that is one thing that I want from YouTube, but I don't want to sell myself, meaning like selling your soul. Like I don't want to do foolish content just so I can get eyes and get income. I would much rather just be myself, and what comes my way is what's supposed to be for me.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I view it. That's why I think that's why I consider it hobby. But I agree with you. It's not hobby because I'm saying I use this as a business expense because I draw income from it. So I definitely do. I agree with you on that. It feels, but another thing, I try to do the things that I love so that they don't feel like work. And
Mm-hmm.
so even barbering, I kind of feel like it's a hobby, even though that is definitely a business. It is. But just the way that I do it, the people that sit in my chair are like my friends. I don't get many new clients. They become family. Most people hang out much longer than their haircut. Uh, I don't even really do it for the haircut. I do it for the conversation, the information. Everybody who sat in my chair today, I got just as much out of cutting their hair, not just monetarily. Like I don't even do it for the money. Not saying I don't want the money. I'm saying the first person who sat in my chair today was a money manager. He manages other people's money. That is the easiest way for me to get free money management advice.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lawyer who sits in my chair. That's the best way for me to get lawyer advice. I don't have to pay for it. So to me, I try to turn everything into I like to get multiple benefits out of everything that I do.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yep. So you have helped me out tremendously with this hour. This boy has gone by fairly quickly here today.
I know. I was looking at the
Yeah,
clock.
that's what I was looking at too. Like we have 52 minutes already. Uh I, have you had any copyright issues on any of the
Mm-hmm.
videos that you have?
Mm-hmm.
See, that scares me because I don't want to be fooling around with something that I'm not supposed to be doing. Like I used to do TikTok live, and TikTok they kicked me off several times, two times, not several, two
Mm-hmm.
times, because I don't know if I said something that was offensive to somebody or if I used the wrong terminology for something. I am worried about, I'm not gonna say worried. I don't want to say worried. I have a lot to learn, and I don't want to learn the hard way, but I know that's sometimes what you have to do, and I'm open
Mm-hmm.
to it. But boy, that's why it was helpful when you came in, because I'm saying I guarantee I would have figured this stuff out because I'm playing around with it every day. But when
Mm-hmm.
you sat in there and you showed me do this, do this, do this, it was like, well, that made things a whole lot easier.
Yeah, why watch people struggle with
That's
something
facts.
if you can help them?
Especially if they open minded enough to receive the help, and I am very much so. I appreciated the help. I still appreciate the help, and I appreciate you jumping in on this stream today. That was great of you.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, we don't have to watch people struggle if they don't have to. Like it's so easy.
I agree. I agree. That's what I tried to do. One thing that kind of frustrates me, and I'm starting to get better with this as time goes on. I used to have a problem with if I saw somebody hitting their head against the wall, I'm like, hey, it's a door over here. You can just go through the door. And when a person's like, I don't want to go through the door, I want to make my own way in this wall. I used to have a problem with letting people be where they are, especially like basically what I'm saying is when you want better for somebody more than they want better for themselves, that used to really bother me. And now I'm starting to, when somebody, I offer up advice that I think will make somebody's life better and they shoot me down.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm to the point where I'm like, you know what? uh, go ahead and just have at that and let me know when you're ready for some advice. I guess I used to want to force myself on the world. Now I'm saying I'm just trying to be more selective about the people who I let into my circle, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know that probably does, but yep, yep, I agree. This has been great. You have helped me out tremendously yet again with another save the day because I had nothing to talk about today. I didn't. I didn't. It was a busy day, but when you talk about having more time, when I first started this live stream every day idea, I was down because I had just got done with a surgery and I could not do much. So I still wanted to be productive. And I felt like this would be a productive way. Well, I had time to research things and I had ideas. And in a day like today, where I barely had a moment to think to myself, it was like, boy, when I got on here, and not to mention, after running all day, I am tired. But the goal is still, I don't know. I'm saying I feel like I have to have a little bit left in the gas tank and I have to find a way to get to the goal no matter what. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like that's what I'm gonna keep doing. I'm gonna keep trying every day, no matter how busy my day is, because I feel like that's where the best things come from. When I don't know, I just don't have a lazy moment. I don't want to have a lazy moment. And I guarantee after I get off of this live stream, I'm gonna get to it. I don't know what, but there's always something that needs to be done. And I'm the type of person who feels like there is no time to waste. Just like you said earlier, I believe time is the, I feel time is the most valuable thing we have because we're not guaranteed another moment.
Mm-mm. Not at
Not that
all.
it to me it won't matter if I don't have another moment. To me, it won't matter. But I feel like I have a lot to accomplish for those around me before I would like to think that at the end of my life, I made an impact on this world before I go. That's what I would like to believe. I don't know what that means. I don't know why I want that, but I feel like that's what I want more than money. More, I ain't talking about fame, impact. I'm talking about, uh, I don't know. I say I look at Jesus and I look at like look at his impact and look how long it's carried on. And I'm saying I don't look to my right and to my left to see what impact the people to my right and to my left are doing. I don't have time for that. I don't have a desire for that. I only have my visions moving straight forward. That's all I feel like I look
Mm-hmm.
at and what I am striving for. I don't know why I have that drive, but what I do know is that drive is in me and there's nothing I can really do about it, nor do I want to. I don't want to be lazy. I I don't know. I guess I don't know how else to explain it. Um, this was great though. This is the first time I've been on a live stream with someone else. Well, hold on. No, I had a live stream before I purchased this app with a friend. He's the one who told me about StreamYard, but we never really did much with it. And then now this is the first time, especially with someone who I've never met before. So this is great because I feel like we will be doing this again. But the next time I will be, well, I ain't gonna say I can't guarantee that because we could do this again anytime. But I'm gonna start trying to be ready for this because this was a great help.
You know
Um,
what's funny?
what's that?
I just thought about this. Do you know when we were talking just last week and I was helping you set things up, that we didn't even introduce ourselves? You know what? We talked like and we were actually working on your system for hours, right?
Yep. Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah. It
talked
was.
like we knew each other.
That's facts.
We
That's
we
facts.
didn't even introduce, and even now, hey, Shaw. So, Hi, my name is Nikki. Nice to meet you. My friends call me Nikki. Nice to meet you.
I, and everybody, this is what everybody called me. I know that sounds crazy, but that is the truth. My real name is Herman, but this is what everybody calls me, and uh, it's nice to meet you as well. And here it is. We just hit an hour too. I was gonna say that too, but uh, how I your LinkedIn. That's what I thought, but I hear it. I hear it. Uh, well, it's nice to meet you, Nikki, and thank you for helping me on my live stream this evening. This has been great.
You're welcome. At this point, we're friends already.
That's facts. That is facts. And that's what I'm saying. The last time we did it, it was over a what do you call that? It wasn't a live stream, it was a
It was
um
just a meeting through StreamYard,
yep, a meeting through yeah, I agree.
a
And
video
we were
training
probably
through StreamYard.
yep, and we were probably on there. We said it was gonna be about an hour,
We were
but it
on
ended
for
up
like
being
three
like two,
hours.
three. Yeah. I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. And it was a
It
good
is time for you to go to work.
it sure was. And that's exactly what I'm saying. And I tell you, this has been that week of me going back to work, and I still plan, like I said, I honestly feel like with me being in control of my time, um I have the ability to focus it where I want. I just have not figured out how to focus it, especially on doing this kind of thing like a stream and pushing for an hour. I like to do everything by the hour, it feels like. I don't care what it is. So that's why I made this a goal. And now I am just trying to walk it out. That's all it is. And
Hmm.
I feel like it's possible. Some days just might be harder than others. But some days are going to be very easy. But my plan and my goal is, and I know it happens as you get more comfortable, is just to get better. It's going to get easier over time. I know it will.
Hmm.
I know it will. So, hey, we hit that hour. We have hit the hour. We can continue, but I'm gonna turn off this live stream. If you want to continue, I'll send you into a uh whatever, the same thing we did the last time if you want to, but if it's too late, I understand. But it doesn't bother me. However, but I don't need to be on here another minute as far as I'm concerned, because my goal was to hit an hour and you helped me do that. So I am very appreciative
Well, let me
about
get
that.
off and you send me a link.
I will do that.
Give me 10 minutes.
All right, you take it easy and have a good one. And thank you for helping me with this live stream. And to everybody who was listening, you want to go ahead and tell them your YouTube channel?
Good night, everyone. And you can go check out my content over at Reigning Woman. That's ReigningWomban on YouTube. I have two channels, so it'll be Reigning Woman and then Reigning Woman 2.
Yep.
Have a good night. Thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Hey, and thank you as well. And we're about to end this right here. Thank y'all for tuning in. Much respect, much love, and we out.